Hello, Pioneers. I hope you're well. My name is Bet, and this is Satisfactory, and my series Cradle to the Grave, a series where we're going to play through the whole game and do everything there is to do in the game. Except, we're actually kind of getting near the end. I know, it doesn't seem like we're getting near the end, but now that we're working on this logistics central hub right here, we are going to take every resource on the planet and bring it here, and then ship it out where it needs to go, making every single future factory super easy to build. The first thing we need to do is to get coal brought in to send it back to every single truck station to bring every good to every train station that we're using in the hub. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, to do that, we need to put some train stations in this, and I want them to look good, in addition to having some sort of platform that the trains can go on that'll also look kind of cool. So that's where we're going to start now. So for trains, I don't want it to be too complicated. I think maybe sleek would be a good descriptive that I'm looking for. Or maybe frames. We go with a big pillar support, and then some sort of frame. Bigger frame. Like that, maybe. And then let's see, I'm thinking some sort of metal pillar. With big pillar frames. That's not going to work, is it? No. No, if I'm on the ground, that feels super tall. No, that feels kind of accessible. Have the trains zipping around right overhead. Let's add a little bit more detail to this in the form probably of like signs for lighting, or maybe okay, here we go. Add some barriers, or yeah, some fence like that. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Pretty neat. I don't really have a plan for this. I'm just spitballing. I do quite like these construction fences as well, but I think we're at a good spot already. Maybe bigger square sign. I don't know. This is kind of cool. Probably something on top, eh? Maybe like sort of foundation. Glass frame foundation. Wait, get it in there, inside of it, right? Something like that. What about a railing like that? Yeah, I love it. It's not amazing, but it'll definitely serve our purposes, and I like it more than just running them on the ground, the train lines. Sweet. I need a name for this logistics hub. I haven't thought of one. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna call this port. It's not a port. What is it? Like a hub. That's fitting. I'm going to call this Nucleus. I love it. And it's going to be... What is it going to be? It's going to be a little choo train. I love it. Okay. I think the easiest way to plan kind of a baseline amount of space would be to take this train track, this input bus line, this trunk, and have it run all the way as far as we think we might want to go there, and then come back. And so we could put, like, receiving areas here, and then it can go up there and around the circle to go up to the next floor. This is going to be pretty massive. Yeah, so let's do that. There, that looks nice. Yeah, I had to move it a little bit further. I wasn't thinking clearly about how far you had to turn train tracks, as I rarely ever do think clearly about that, but we've got a nice little gradual swoop in, and I was hesitant to want to cut back along there too, like I'd spoken about before. I think I'm going to take it around here. And somebody suggested putting like a spiral around this circle, and I think that's a pretty cool idea. It wasn't with... like, didn't jive with what I was thinking at the time, so I'm not sure if I was real receptive to the suggestion, but now that I've kind of changed the plan, it seems like a pretty cool way to go about it. Yeah, maybe not like a double helix like I did it on Satisfactory Plus, but something. Alright, so there's our train line. I haven't really given any thought about how I want to decorate this. I probably should do, but... I don't think I'm going to right now. Let's just expand the train line a little bit. I guess before I keep laying these out anymore, I should probably check that I like it. Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I was wanting. I want a bunch of trains, just train after train after train, just coming in here. Oh, it was the last video where I I forgot to smelt the ore before putting it in a machine, and I realized as many hundreds or thousands of hours I've played Satisfactory, even in this, I haven't built a lot of factory like machines. I don't know, it's just not what I do, I guess. Anyway, let me fill this all in with concrete, and then we'll figure out how we'll get to a higher floor going around this thing, because I need to know that. I need to know like where the floor is going to be, and then we can start building these hubs. I'm on this new ADHD medicine called Adzenys, and it's the first one in a long time that has worked. It's still another stimulant-based one. And I have, previously when I've been on things like Adderall or Vyvanse, I kept trying to up the dosage to feel it, and then I would get really high blood pressure and feel really faint and stuff like that. So I didn't like that, obviously, and we couldn't deal with it. I'm getting a little jittery on this higher dose of Adzenys, but it still feels pretty good, and it's pretty effective at helping me focus on work. And but I'm having some really strange side effects. The biggest one is sweaty palms. My hands just literally are just wet. They're not just clammy. They're not damp. They are glistening. They're pooling. This is probably TMI. I'm sorry, Pioneer. But seriously, my mouse is soaking wet right now. It's very strange, and it freaks my wife out. I don't mind it a ton. It's kind of funny, I think, but I took a long road trip a couple days ago to go, and I had to rehome one of my cats because the other cats were trying to kill him, and then that was causing strife, and they were all peeing like all over the house, which is unacceptable to me. They literally did $10,000 of damage in the last year. Like I had to throw out my $3,000 section. It doesn't matter, but like they destroyed my movie area and just hate it. So I had to go and rehome him to my wife's cousin. So I had to wake up in the morning and drive to the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, if you look at a map, you can see, like, pretty cool up there. And so I got up, put the cat in the car, drove him all the way up there, drove back. I did 800 kilometers before I had lunch. 500 miles, 800 kilometers before I had lunch. And it was a long day. But the sweaty palms drove me bat crazy the whole time. Sorry, I don't swear in my Satisfactory videos. It drove me absolutely batty. It's it's so strange. You're welcome, by the way. And there's a little insight into Bed's brain. I know you guys love those. Uh-oh, this time there we go. No, I've lost my... I'm not getting a snap point. I think maybe I need to be higher. It's frustrating. See if that works. Free floating, but I have a feeling it's gonna look wonky. Something will look slightly curved or something, so... Anyway, sweaty palms aside, let's get back on hand. To the task at hand. Alright, you know what? I do want to think about design a little bit. Let's think about the floor. I want to do like a color. Probably black. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Why don't I don't like that one though. Yeah, there we go. It was too glossy. I think this is just what I like. I did the same type of color in Cinder, even though I never finished it. But I just love nice dark. No, you know what? Yeah, Bed. Let's change it up. Change it up. Let's do... Not sure. I don't think I've used this one. Let's do blue. Right? So let's set this to 10. And this one to 10. And then we'll take a nice, just a bright, shiny blue. And let's change the material. Coated concrete. And test if we like this. And now what if we do with that blue? Yes. Yes, yes, I quite like this. We are going to have to do all of it though. Let's... I have to do the material first. Now we can do more blue. And I think I'll just do these inner 3 blue, and we'll do a different color outside of this. And then let's put on some sort of... Get down here to get a feel of what this looks like. Yeah, okay. Let's add some sort of marking. Maybe like some sort of dotted line. But I don't... okay, I've made a mistake. I forgot the secondary swatch. I was going to control... So I need to repaint all of these. Oh, no I don't. It applied to all of them already. Oh, that's so useful. It's like things work as intended. Let's do side dotted line. And then what else could we do? Maybe make it thicker so we'd have like double dotted line. Something like that maybe. And then once again the side dotted line. Just to make it thicker. Is that cool enough? Kinda cool. Kinda marks where the train's going. Yeah, okay, I think that's cool. Now we need to pick a color for this part of the floor. Or do we? In fact, and how far are these going to go? Shoot, that Titan tree is going to be in the way. Is it? I mean, I know you can't blow up the Titan trees, but maybe we can go around it. We'll work right up to it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it, actually. That doesn't sound as fun. So I imagine we probably need to have another neutral color. Let me check a color palette, or a color wheel. See what goes well with blue. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about this anymore right now. The colors, we'll get to it. But I know I'll do blue on this inner line, and then we'll do those white lines. Ooh, I actually like this better. I was underneath trying to apply this, and I like that straight line on the inside and then the dotted line on the outside, so we're gonna run dotted lines, yeah, right here. Or no, double line, I mean, and then we'll run dotted lines on the other side. Right here, community member Conflict shared this image of his nuclear train station, and it is the inspirational photo I'm going to use for my train stations inside. Now remember, I'm pretty sure I said I was going to try to design this whole thing without an inspirational photo, because sometimes it bogs me down. But I really liked this one, and so I want to kind of replicate that on the inside. It's not going to dictate the style of the whole build. That's still going to be freehand, but this is going to be how I'm going to form these little stations here. So let's build a prototype one. We don't have to fully design it or anything like that. I just want to see kind of how much room we're talking about here. So, and to that end, let's put a train station down so I can start using these power lines again, because that is very useful. There we go. Okay. Now we can use these for our hover pack, which is really, really cool. So let's zoom out a little bit more here, figure out how much space we're going to need. Based on the photo, let's put it up on the screen again. We've got some up and down parts, windows, those like hex frame windows or whatever they are, and then it curves upward to, looks like 2 windows, and then a vertical window. So we kind of need to be somewhere here, and let's pull off the train line right here, let's say. So it'll have to be 1, 2, 3 will be like the entrance here. Let's just throw down a wall. We're gonna take inspirations way of doing the hex frame window. Yep, that's gonna work right there. I didn't fat finger it anyway. Speaking of fat fingering it, I've been on a little bit of a workout kick lately. My new love of disc golf has me exercising, and I have lost a lot of weight. And it feels pretty good. I'm really excited for spring to get here and to get out play more golf. Feels good, man. Feels real good. What am I doing? These are roofs, right? Roofs? Roofs? Are those 2 meter or 4 meter in the photo? I'm guessing they're 4. Either way, it doesn't have to be exact. It's just inspiration. Now we can do glass there. And then do a wall. Let's do... See, they used these full frame windows. Yeah, and I quite like that, so... Let's go up like that. You go back like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy cow. But you know what? Maybe I could do a 2 meter one. Would that be cool? I think that might be cool. Oh, also, I'm a dummy. I kind of want these going the other way. This is going to be like the side view of these modules. Oh yeah, I've made a oversight. Oh, you know what? It'll probably be both, though, to be honest, right? It'll probably go this way and then do something similar on the side. Yes, yes, yes. Either way, this is wrong. It needs to be 4 meters. That doesn't look right. Okay. That's not substantial enough. We need to double this. Something like that. And then go up like that, I think. And then what really pulls it together are these lights right here on the outside of foundations that then kind of match these windows. So let's get a feel for what that might look like. Double ramp. 8s is what we need, I think, right? Yeah. No, it's double ramps 8, but I need it like a few meters offset. I'll get there, hold on. I need some basic walls. 1 and 2. And then I need the foundation. And I need it right here. Yep, and then I need one right here. And then I need it right there. There, see? I knew he could do it. Yes. Tight. Okay, but I take what I said back a little bit about it being too small before. This is now too grandiose. It needs to be smaller. So let's take out all of that and that, and then back to the walls, and we'll try the new full frame windows. We'll just do 2 this time. Need contact points there. Yeah, something like this, I think. Yeah, and then we'll have some sort of floor, like turn it to vertical. There we go. Alright, and then... Oh, see, now I've changed my mind again. It's gonna have to be bigger for a train to get through. And I miscounted. How did I do that again? Maybe 1, 2, 3. It should be able to curve into there. Why doesn't it curve into there? Oh, because it didn't click exactly right. That's not an actual click point, on a snap point. Okay, doesn't matter. We have the plan done. Because like I said, this needs to be turned anyway the other direction. So let's worry about that in a minute. Let me rephrase that. Let's get this turned around so we can see how tall we need for the train stations. All right, so let's add one of those blueprints. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 because it wasn't liking my other way of doing it. Let's put it right here, facing the other direction. Yeah, like that. All right, so now we know where the train will go to get in. So let's go from right there over to right there. Excellent. So now we know how the train is going to enter this train station. And then what would it look like sideways? You know what? I didn't even notice that at the bottom of our inspirational photo, it's actually held up. That's not the floor. That's above the floor, using a support that looks an awful lot like what we've designed right here, which is really cool and kind of coincidental. Let's run with that idea, and let's see. We can use these as supports for a floor. So the floor of this area is going to be not down here, but up here, like so. And then underneath here can be, I don't know, pioneer movement access and belt logistics, pipes logistics, stuff like that. So what does that mean for us right now? It means we can zoop out our foundations and figure out where we want the train station to go, because it'll be at this floor. Okay, but now we need to kind of do our entrance. No, the entrance is also on this floor. Not the entrance, the walls, starting the wall sections. Let's hold on a minute. Let me just run with this for a second. We were doing the X-frame windows. And then, or did I want to just do one? Well, again, you know, the inspirational photo is inspiration, not necessary guide. Honestly, I think we only need one. Okay, now let's grab a roof under architecture. We'll do 2-meter roof. No, I think I want 4-meter. All right, and then that'll be turned to glass as well. And then maybe one more. See how that looks. I can't remember. It's been a different day since the previous scene in this one. I had to stop. Okay, yeah, I like that. Now let's go back to walls. We'll do our clear walls. We know we wanted too high for these. And then we're gonna go back. But I think instead of 4-meter walls, we'll go with 2 here. Thanks again, Conflict, for giving me permission to use this as inspiration. You are a really, really talented builder, and I think it's really cool. There, so something like this. And then what I want to do is kind of make this turn a little. Boy, I don't know how to even do that. I do think this is cool, though. I like this, and we'll be able to... Let's do it right now. Let's figure out how we would maybe get rid of glass right here. Put in a wall. Maybe like maybe like 1 by wall. So it has a nice smooth metal pattern. Yeah, like that. Get ourselves like a billboard. Small billboard. And that'll be for item designation and signage. Yeah. Yeah, let's duplicate this over here and add some lights to the build. I'll say just like that. Yep. There. I love it. Okay, but let's trim this though. Let's add a different wall. Let's add the basic wall. And then we can color it whatever we want to be, like maybe thematic to the item that's in there. So like yellow for sulfur, something like that. And for contrast and interest, we'll add just a single trim piece along the top, just to give it some character. Yeah, I think the only thing that's missing is a little bit of depth, maybe like at this point here. So we'll think of something there. How on earth would we curve this? I'll be honest with you, even though I make content creation Satisfactory, I don't think I've ever played with any of these walls or anything like this ever. Not one time. So I'm sure that it fits together, but I don't know if I want to sit here and try to figure out how to do that myself at the moment. Or maybe it won't be so hard. Tilted wall corner. So I would want something that's gonna like curve like this, right? Yeah, so I'd want something that Is that shape? Okay, I'm gonna do it apparently. Apparently this is what I'm doing right now. If this goes here. So I need something that's V-shaped and upward. And a wall. So this type of V. Yeah, like that. Alright, and then this one would need... Wait a minute, how would this work? It needs to be... Wait a minute, that V needs to be right here. Am I thinking about that right? And then... we need another one. That... Am I thinking about this correctly? Boy, I don't know. I feel like I'll be a lot more comfortable playing with this off camera, so we'll worry about this later. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too hard to figure out, though. So... okay. How big do we want this to be? I do not want to be forced to be too tight. The only thing that's going to force me is that, the Titan tree. Oops, that's going to hurt. That could have been worse. Anyway, distance to the north aside, I don't want to be crammed in here too tightly. I'm going to want to have a lot of room for containers and logistics. So, train stations are 5 wide, right? Or 4 and some. I think I'd remember this, but... yeah, so 5. So maybe we'll want even like 10 room. Let's add 2 more on each side. Because we want the train tracks going right down the middle, we want an odd number of foundations. Alright, and then train stations. Of course, now I realize I don't think I'm going to have enough room. I was talking about jamming myself in there, and since I can't destroy that Titan tree, I'm not going to have enough, like I don't have room for train tracks to leave this. Let's think about it, but I think I'm really happy with this basic shape. And then this will make like a train depot module, right? And we'll have just a ton of these, right? We'll have iron ore, and we could have iron ingots. We could have every item in the game pretty much coming in and out of here, going to wherever it needs to go in the world. Or we could bypass doing ore here and just do products. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Just playing to have fun. Just forgive me if I'm a bit froggy. I have been under the weather, so. Alright, I immediately see, though, that I don't like this. Let's get rid of that and that. Put it right here. Yes, look at that. And we'll get rid of that glass. We don't need that. And train track. There. I think that's kind of cool. It's a little tight right there, but I think that's kind of cool too. That on the locomotive and see. It's gonna clip. It's not. And we don't need any more room up there, so we could have it go perfectly in there. But let's change it to metal, maybe. Very cool. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not happy with this. Let's bump it out a little bit. There's a little bit of much needed depth. We could even color it different colors, like that one could be black and bump out can be white. I'm not going to worry about colors on each one, so. Cool. So, what do we do now? I reckon we should blueprint this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should blueprint some sections of this, particularly this entrance section, that would be really helpful. So let's do it.
Bad Plays Games.
Bad Plays Games.
Bad Plays Games.
Bad Plays Games.
Bad Plays Games. Bad